Hello friends, today is a big day. It's Leica Day. This introduction was a big surprise to me. Today, Leica announced the M EV1. As the name suggests, it's an M camera with an electronic viewfinder. If you are familiar with the M line, your head is exploding right now. I know, I'll give you a moment to process this. For those of you that are not familiar with Leica's M line, this is the first M camera without an optical viewfinder and with an integrated electronic viewfinder. It's a big deal. I was fortunate enough to use the M EV1 prior to launch, and I will share my thoughts and photos in this video. The main question that I wanted to answer was, did this change affect the experience with the camera in a good way? Or did it interrupt the simplicity that the M system offers? Incidentally, my name is Leigh, and I create videos about photography as an art and as a lifestyle. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Before we get into the experience of this new body, let's discuss a few specifications. The M EV1 has similar specifications to the M11P. It's the same 60 megapixel backside illuminated CMOS sensor, the same Maestro 3 image processor. It's an M camera, so it is manual focus only, and there are no video capabilities. And it's a Leica camera. There is truly nothing quite like a Leica. You can expect that each specification has been thought out to benefit the camera and the photographer on the whole. Nothing is just for the wow factor on the spec sheet. The sensor, the ISO range, the viewfinder, each was chosen as a part of the whole in order for the camera to work well together and to work well for you in terms of the experience and the results. We'll get to those results, and then we will get to my question. The M line of cameras is sacred to a lot of people. Did this change from optical viewfinder to electronic viewfinder affect the experience with the camera in a bad way or in a good way? I chose to take the camera along with the Summilux 50mm f1.4 lens to the Musical Instrument Museum in Phoenix, Arizona. It's a place that is quiet, meditative, and it has a lot of interesting objects with shapes and materials that I could capture and immerse myself with the M EV1. The idea of M cameras is to create art and to absolutely enjoy the process, and to use a work of art to capture art. It was an excellent match for a museum trip because one of my favorite things to do in a museum is to really look at the works of art, in this case, musical instruments, and to notice and capture details, sometimes even in an abstract way. I also love museum spaces and capturing them in my photography. You can see that the results out of the camera are unsurprisingly stellar. I chose monochrome for this set of images, but if you'd like to see the color results from this sensor, I will link to my video about the M11 in the description of this video. I've heard from some viewers that they prefer an optical viewfinder because they feel like they are seeing the real scene in front of them rather than a digitized version. And that's fair. But what does this integrated electronic viewfinder do for you? What are the benefits? There are several. You can see exposure changes in real time, which helps you visualize what your final result will look like. You can make on-the-fly diopter adjustments. This is a more cumbersome process on M cameras with an optical viewfinder. It's not done like your DSLR or your mirrorless camera. There are steps involved. But with this camera, when Raymond wanted to use the camera to take a few photos of me at the museum, he was able to change the diopter, and then when he handed the camera back to me, I was able to change it right back. With an electronic viewfinder, you have tools to help you achieve focus. Here you have focus peaking and also magnification, where you can enlarge a portion of the image in the viewfinder to make sure your focus is precisely where you want it. Swapping the optical viewfinder for an electronic one makes the camera lighter weight. M cameras have no grip, so that weight savings makes it much more comfortable to hold. And last, the omission of the handmade optical viewfinder allows the body to be less expensive to produce, and Leica passed on the savings to you. In the US, the M EV1 is $845 less than the M11P. That's a big difference. But how did I like it? I did. I really did. I've used several M cameras, and how do I put it delicately? The M system is revered. The fans of the system love it. But for myself and my own photography, I couldn't reconcile the cost of the system with the capabilities and the experience using it. That's why I own a Q camera, an SL camera, but no M camera. But now, an electronic viewfinder that absolutely changes the experience. Using focus peaking on an electronic viewfinder to manually focus helps me stay in the moment more than a split-screen optical viewfinder does. Now this camera reminds me of one of my favorite cameras ever, the Leica Q2, but it has interchangeable lenses. Having an electronic viewfinder simply eases the process of capturing each photo. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy using manual focus. I enjoy an optical viewfinder. I like the simplicity of the M system. However, for the cost and the capabilities of the M system, the electronic viewfinder makes the system much more approachable for a lot of people. It makes it more attractive to me personally. I realize that's potentially sacrilege in the Leica M community, but here we are. I suspect that there are some of you that are very excited about this, but I also think there are probably some pretty grumpy M enthusiasts. Remember, Leica isn't taking away the M cameras with optical viewfinders. This is simply a new option. You've now got the digital rangefinder Ms, the analog rangefinder Ms, and now an M with an electronic viewfinder. It's an addition to the family. And whatever you think about this, tell me about it in the comments. I am truly interested to see what the response will be to this new camera. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Why? While you are formulating your thoughts, please do like this video and subscribe to the channel. I share videos every week, sometimes about Leica gear, sometimes about other brands, and sometimes just about photography topics and art. I would love to have you. Thank you to Leica for allowing me to borrow the M EV1 ahead of launch, and thank you for watching.